Hey, what up, cosmic dudicles and dudettes and dudishes? Hey, what's up? Hmm. Hey, check this out. I'm a Voyager, okay? I decided that I've got to pick some cool way to fall in the wall with your host, John Jewell. Today, we're not just taking something small, but we're diving in gigantic wall away straight into the deep end of the unknown in a story that's been echoing for centuries. Boy was abducted by an alien in 1976. Yes, at 15 years old. So let me take you back. All right. Yeah, this is one of those true stories. Suddenly woke up from a dream, probed in the bottom hole, hurting like, oh my God, I'm searching for human arms or a body to throw off me, anything. And instead, I'm paralyzed by some voice that says, stay calm and push, don't move. I did that somehow. I knew there was nobody there, so I stayed calm, and somehow I knew something bigger was happening. Pushed, and I was like, suddenly not alone, but with beings. Yes, that's right. These beings had no shape, but they could communicate. I could see behind me suddenly in 360 view, like an outside of the body experience. Excuse me while I drink my soda. Yeah, that's good. Now, you heard that right. I said that I was in a room where these familiar beings manifest into some form that I could see moving through the walls. Indeed, they were like mist more than bodies, you know what I'm saying now. I've never actually called these things anything more or less than without shape or form, yet somehow able to manifest in some familiar shape like a human, and yet able to transfer through some deformation in time through walls and transparency. But you wouldn't recognize that the way things are depicted in movies these days. Now, these beings weren't just shadows, they became something you'd recognize if just for a moment. And the first voice, my guide, was different. He was able to take on human forms as well, filled with conscious and brightness, like a presence that was both comforting and mind blowing at the same time. As these three beings, misty, shifty entities, left, I found myself walking down the street with the guide voice still beside me. Just like that. Not like I had woken up in my bed and walked outside down the street, not even. It had distorted entirely this fabric of time. As I walked down the street, honestly, I was disoriented a bit, but strangely calm because the guide was there answering questions. The first things that popped into my head were the questions that really matter. Are you God? And the entity, being very calm, responded, no. Well, I was relieved because I was not ready to meet God. I was hoping for a good answer, so I asked, are you an angel? I had definitely been in need of angels. The answer came quickly, spontaneously said no, and opened up the fabric of time, and before me stood Michelangelo, the Archangel Michael, battling with the dragon in pure, clear day, in the pure light of day. And there it was. History. Before manifestation of Adam and Eve, there was the Archangel and battling with the dragon over earth. And the angel lost. And I saw it. This entity, this guide, had showed me. That is how man became man. For the dragon was denied, for the dragon was defeated. And man's only hope, a Messiah, was born. Now, I knew I'd be pondering this for years to come. In the scenarios that would replay in my mind over and over, I would probably be left to my own logic and hypotheses as to what I should make of all this. And then the revelation, hard to believe even now, I had been chosen for something called hybriding. It's like my whole world had been flipped. I suddenly was taking part in a conscientious hybriding of imagined, beyond comprehension, an existence with an entity from a lifetime of time warps. In a historical way, my mind trying to grasp this inbentation of time, the inbending of time, and the outbending of time, the inbentation. And it was far beyond my comprehension. But this isn't just some alien encounter story. It's really a moment that redefined everything for me, my beliefs, my purpose, even my sanity. And because of the immense revelatory implications of this prophecy, being that it is the most revelatory prophecy since the prophet Joseph Smith. And we're not just diving into a dream, but an actual alien being that is confessing to the Lord Jesus Christ, the Bible's being true. So after I had seen the dragon defeated by Archangel Michael, the connection to the alien shifting away, the light of day settling down upon us, I looked into a store and saw in a glass jar a similar object to a cloud gate baby, which is what I believe the hybrids are. And the guiding voice said that is what it looks like, that we probe. After our probe, we were successful in this. This is what they look like. And there are others who have had this water cloud gate. It is a baby that looks like the Chicago bean. Others call it the soul kiss, but it is an actual alien being that hybrids. And having been abducted, and now 63 years later, I mean, I was 15 in 1976. It is now 2024, and I can tell you that I have seen myself in a dream. I could not you cannot occupy yourself. So, I mean, if I did, I would be dead. I would know that I was experiencing out-of-body experience, but I had traveled time, and I had met another human being, and he said, we have successfully made it into the future, and this is what we built. Go and look outside. And I'm like, where am I? And what am I? Am I dreaming? He said, no, you've actually made it here. Look outside the door so that you can believe us. And like John 4:48, unless you Unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe. I opened the door to this bedroom apartment that I was in and looked out the studio room into the outdoors, and inside of this giant glass dome was a grass turf, and outside of that, nothing but dirt. And he said, "See what we've built?" I said, "You're great. You've made it, and you are booked to storm the stage tonight with your guitar and your singing. You are one of the most popular stars that we've had here in the future." And with that, he said, "Here's your bed and your luggage, so you can believe me. You're coming back here to play." And I woke up in my bed somewhere on this planet Earth. And I know we will and have and know that time travel is possible. And this kind of explains the whole alien thing for me. At least for now, that's all I have. I mean, first of all, the Cloud Gate Baby in the beginning, which thanks to the English artist, the Iranian English-born artist that created Cloud Baby in Chicago in Millennium Park. That bean, the Chicago bean, that whole subject in the beginning really happened. The second part about time travel, that was a dream. And there's a big difference between what happened and what is in a dream. And the part about time travel is in a dream because it's necessary to dream and to receive information about the future. Because when you're awake, you're living in the present. So that's the connection. Now, this has been an interesting podcast. It's been kind of long and off of the beaten path as far as Christianity, but my views about Christ remain the same as they were since I was born. He's my Messiah, my Lord, Mashiach. And I could go on and on and on, but I'm going to let it go because this isn't even a sermon. It's a little bit more about my alien Cloud Gate Baby experience. All right, then. Check it out.
Shadow play on the wall.